So guys, welcome back to another video. Today we're going to be talking about one of the new inform cards that featured in this week's Team of the Week in the form of 86 rated, 91 pace centre back Kyle Walker. Now when I saw this card in the Team of the Week, I completely looked over all of the very good looking attackers and looked straight at this card because, you know, a centre back in the Premier League with 91 pace, and he's not short either, he's actually 6 foot. This could be a really freaking good card, so we're going to try him out in today's video. As you can see, he does not come cheap. He cost me 405k, so yeah, pretty expensive centre-back. But nevertheless, we're going to go make a squad around him right now. We're going to get into some games, and we're going to see how this card performs in this year's Ultimate Team. Don't you just love it when you buy a card, then like literally a few seconds later, a cheaper one pops up on the market? Every time. So guys, this is the team we're going to be using Inform Kyle Walker in. It's a decent-ish Premier League team. There's a few special cards in there, but there's also a few standard golds. Let's have a look at Kyle Walker's in-game stats then. So, obviously the pace column is looking absolutely fantastic. The acceleration isn't as good as the sprint speed, so it's going to take him a bit of time to get into that top gear. But once he's in that top gear, you know, it's going to be as quick as pretty much any attacker that we come up against. In the shooting column, 88 shot power is outstanding, but obviously we won't be taking off too many shots with him being a centre-back. The passing column is actually really good for a central defender. Dribbling wise, the same can be said, and in the defensive column, 88 stand tackle and 87 slide tackle is great to see, although I would have liked higher interceptions than 81 on an 86 rated defensive card. In the physical column, we've got 93 stamina, which means he should last the full game, but that 79 strength might not be ideal for FUT champs, but we'll see, we will see. One issue that people normally have when playing like a wing back as centre back is they're not tall enough to win aerial battles, but with Kyle Walker being 6 foot and having 86 jumping, that shouldn't, let me re-emphasise and say shouldn't, be an issue. Right then, let's get the in-game footage rolling in the background, and then I'm going to start chatting more in depth about how this card performed in games. And I guess we better start by talking about the pace, because, you know, that's the main selling point of this card. Is his pace really that good? And to be fair, in most instances, he feels absolutely rapid, and it's really good having a centre-back with like just this amount of pace, because if you do make a mistake with this guy, like say if you miss a tackle or give the ball away, he's got the pace to catch up to the play and attempt to retrieve the ball and make up for that error. I do have to point out though that on some occasions this Walker card was outpaced by that end of era Pirlo and man of the match Ben Yedder. Now neither of those players are particularly slow, but I did expect Walker to catch up to them much quicker than he did. But like I said during the stats, it does take this Walker card a bit of time to get to his max speed. The dribbling on this card though for a centre back was actually really good. He felt very composed on the ball for me, and I thought his passing, once again for a defender, was very good. But do bear in mind, always pass with his right foot, because that 2-star left foot, you know, isn't ideal for passing or shooting with. Anyway, let's move on to something that matters, his defensive attributes. Now I thought defensively this card was actually great. He made plenty of interceptions which I liked, and for most part in one-on-ones his tackling was brilliant, either when side tackling or stand tackling. Aerially he was alright. He's not as dominant as other centre backs as you'd expect, but against attackers of a similar height he did very well. I wouldn't fancy his chances in aerial battles against players like Ronaldo though, and you will match up against a lot of Ronaldos in FUT champs. Physically the stamina was very good and his strength was actually alright, but with this guy not being the strongest of centre backs, I would advise having a taller, stronger centre back as this guy's centre back partner. Now before we summarise the card, I do want to talk a bit about his positioning, which for me, it was good for most part, but there were some occasions that had me a bit worried, because he does like to shoot out of line now and then, which is understandable for a centre-back with high medium work rates. But I also did notice they did switch places with the other centre-back at times too. But like I said, for most part his positioning is great, but he does like to shoot out of line, so do be aware of that. So in summary, what are my overall thoughts? Well, it's a very good centre-back card, and obviously I was a big fan of the pace. His on-the-ball ability for a centre-back was great, and defensively he was actually solid. If his positioning was a bit better and he was a bit stronger, this card would be absolutely unreal. If you can afford to, I think this card is definitely worth picking up and at least trying. Anyway, those are my thoughts on the brand new informed centre-back Kyle Walker card. If you've got any questions, put them in the comments below. I'll be sure to answer them as quickly as I possibly can. If you've tried this card, let me know how it performed for you in the comments too. If you could leave a like on the video, that would be greatly appreciated. Thanks for watching, and as always, I will catch you in the next one.